Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions, which you should always carry as facts. But today's Friday.
FAX
Friday. Friday's happy hour. And so not only that, we have a special guest. We have Brandy, who y'all already know. We have Kahlief. Say what's up, Kahlief.
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm happy to be here and rock with y'all. Thank you so much for inviting me to come through, and excited to chop it up.
Tell the people where you're from. Tell your people where you're from.
Originally from the BX all day back in New York, but now residing out in Portland, Oregon. My name is Kahlief Adams. I run the Spawn on Me podcast. We have not hit our 10th year of spotlighting wonderful, amazing people of color, especially black and brown folks in the video game industry. You may know me from hosting things. We just did the Black Voices in Gaming stream that just popped up this weekend. And also the Spawnies, which is the award show that I started 2 years ago. So we are in our third year coming up in 2024. And that's all the good stuff that I get a chance to do in this space.
Nice.
Amazing.
Oh, Chuck, what are we talking about tonight?
First thing, we have a moment of silence. If y'all haven't heard by now, Lance Reddick, known for John Wick, Resident Evil, The Wire, Destiny 2, and much more, has passed away. And he passed away while he was on tour for John Wick 4. Man.
That was my guy, man, Lieutenant Daniels. I never forget him. The first time I saw him on the Wire. He came through. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Wire. He owned John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. He was on this little show. It was on Comedy Central. It was called like Working or The Office or something. And of course, he played the boss. It was really good too, man. He brought a certain gravitas to like everything that he touched. Good actor, man. Good dude.
Yeah. It's really interesting that we had to have this moment of silence while he was on tour, because he's about to launch the 4th of the John Wick movies.
Right?
We could have 4 John Wick movies back to back.
It's a wild thing too. It's just like Lance. I think there's a couple people in the industry who I really wish that I'd had a chance to interview, and he's one of those folks. He always, like you said, Bab, he always had that like really just like level head. It was dope to see somebody who was so talented be so grounded and down to earth too, which I thought was something that was really cool. Like he would give you a little bit of the thing that you're used to and known for, but he would also give you, a political take on Twitter. He wasn't afraid to be his full self in the ways that he came across. So such a sad thing. He was only 60, man. Like it also comes back to that conversation of like, brothers, go get checked out. Like you gotta go to the doctor. You gotta go make sure that you're okay. All those things that you used to put off and be like, yo, I'm gonna power through that stuff. Like you gotta go get yourself checked out. Go to the doctor, man. It's like A really sad time, but he was brilliant.
We're definitely raised to be tough all the time.
Mm,
It's a very American thing too.
yeah.
Be tough all the time. Don't go to the doctor. Like going to the doctor, sign of weakness. Talking about getting mental checkups is a sign of weakness, especially in our
Oh, well,
community.
that's still taboo, especially like in Black communities, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you want to get mental health, like, oh, you must be crazy or you weak, right? I even
Right.
just heard 50 Cent saying something. It was like, you don't have time to be having mental health problems. Like, nah, man, you gotta your mental health is not just something you need to check on, it's something you need to continuously check on.
Yeah.
Right? It needs to
Gotta
be
manage
a
it.
pattern in your life, ensuring good mental health.
It's the manager of everything physical, spiritual, mental
Right.
around you.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
one thing that happened today in honor of him and Destiny fans more than lost.
Corporate. That was the name of it. Corporate. Mark put it in the chat. Corporate. That was the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, Mark. Thanks. Mark comes through. Mark is one of our regulars, and he comes through every time. He'll have us laughing. He'll have us rolling. Thanks, Mark. We appreciate it.
Love it.
So Destiny fans are mourning this loss. The Guardians flocked to the Tower of Honor, Commander Zavala. So they went to the tower to honor him. That's powerful. Like in
Yeah.
the video game he's in, they're like, we're gonna go honor him right now.
I was just logged in before we started tonight, and people, since I logged on like earlier in the day and had been playing a bunch, and people were sitting just in their emote sit around where Zavala was in the tower, or where Zavala is in the tower. It's going to be really interesting to see how not only the fans come to this, because he was a huge part of the genesis of why I think people really were attached to that specific character in Zavala, because Zavala as a character isn't that interesting, at least for me.
Yeah.
But his voice was this like thing that used to just bound through your speakers. And then when people got to see more of him as a human and as an actor, and see, connect those dots, he really became a huge part of the Destiny community in such a big way. It'll be interesting to see what Destiny does and the folks over at Bungie do to memorialize him, in game. Like it's wild, because like literally like a couple of feet next to him is a faux memorial for a character that passed away in game in Cade. And now with Lance having passed today, I wonder if they'll do something very specific and special for him in game moving forward into the rest of the world.
I wonder if they were immortalizing somehow in the game.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Vox Machina. He was Thordak. I didn't know that he was in Vox Machina. Okay. So low key, he's had some huge pop culture moments out here.
Oh yeah. Everybody's like, we got to rewatch The Wire tonight. Everybody's been talking about that, right?
Hey, it's always a pleasure to rewatch The Wire. Me and my wife have times that we just, like on a Sunday afternoon, we just watch it. And Chuck be like, haven't you seen it already? I'm like, we can go back and look at it again.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. It was interesting because it's like, yeah, first him in The Wire, and then Fringe. He was in Fringe.
Oh, right.
Right. And I was a huge fan of Fringe. And then, Destiny 2. And then, and people were saying he's a big part of like Horizon Forbidden West.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, you're right. He's just like, and of course, John Wick. It's just like, he's been in a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Just, and stuff that like you really close to you, so.
And it's also really interesting, because we're now at this, we're probably around the same age, most of the folks on the cast. We're now at that part of the pivot point in our own lives where we're starting to lose so many folks that we grew up with in the pop culture space, which is also just a really interesting conversation, because it winds up kind of poking at your own mortality too, to be like, oh snap, I'm getting old. Or in Lance's case, like he was a fairly young man in terms of the way we think about, life in this respect, and for him to go this early is just such a blow to so many folks who loved him and his work, man.
Yeah, and we're gonna see more of him. even knowing he passed.
Mm.
He's gonna be in White Man Can't Jump.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be in Shirley.
Sure.
He's gonna be in Ballerina,
Okay.
and he's gonna be in the Kane Mutiny Court Martial.
Okay.
We
Let's
have
say y'all talked about John Wick. We're on John Wick 4. When John Wick first hit, a lot of people know it wasn't a hit. It was low key kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And it just kept getting more and more popular until we were like, man, I need John Wick 8. You know what I'm saying?
I've not watched the John Wick movie yet.
Oh, really?
watched one. Oh man,
Not
Yeah,
yet.
man,
I've not
just
watched
snuck-
it yet.
guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it just snuck up on you. It snuck up on me like after the second one, I think it was. And I was just like, I'm so here for every John Wick movie. As long as Keanu wants to keep doing it, we should keep on making John Wick movies.
I rock with it.
And he's definitely not young.
Not
Keanu
anymore, though. He's not.
knocking around like, oh, you think you're Tom Cruise over here.
Keanu ain't doing his own stunts. Not the way. I mean, he did some stuff for the latest Matrix movie, but that was all on wires and stuff. He ain't jumping off of nothing tall.
Tom Cruise. What did somebody say? Tom Cruise, like he just has to go on a movie set, right? It's like because he's doing his own stunts and stuff. Anything else seems like undignified for Tom Cruise. Because what's 65, doing their own stunts and standing on airplanes,
right?
Yeah,
like man, what? I mean, it's dope though, right? Because it's just like
amazing, right?
People forget that like he's not a young man anymore. Like, even in Top Gun, he was looking good. I was like, Tom handling his business. I wonder if that's eating the children in the Scientology stuff, or that could be just that he's keeping himself in shape. I don't know. He could be eating raw steaks. He could be doing some wild stuff. We don't know. I don't know. Scientologists, please don't come after me.
Yeah,
I'm just playing with y'all. I don't want y'all to come get me in the middle of the night.
we know the truth. He's eating some baby juice over there. He's getting still. Because let me tell you, the difference between a person that's 40 and somebody under 40 is when you stand in the chair and you decide if you're going to jump down or not. Over 40, you're not jumping down from that chair.
Nope.
You're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Nope. That's that. Like, can you give me your hand real fast? It's like when basketball players be like, nah, I'm gonna lay on the ground, and then they wait for their boys to come get them. They put their hands up and be like, yo, come pick me up. It's that kind of stuff.
It was something a while ago. John Sally was talking about like towards the end of his career, right? He would just show up and take his shoes off on the bench. And so he said one game, Phil Jackson was like, go in. He was like, what you mean go in? Like go in and play? I was getting the check. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I gave
man.
you all I had. I gave you.
Like you be actually playing a game?
That's like what you call it too. That's like, I want to know what goes on in Udonis Haslam's mind at this point. Because he's like the oldest person in the league, and he's still getting a good check. And his job is to be like, good job.
Good job. And listen to what Spoelstra say. Remember when Jimmy Butler started talking trash to Spoelstra? And Udonis was like, "No, you need to watch your mouth."
Yeah, I was about to say he was about to beat up Jimmy Butler. He was gonna throw hands on Jimmy Butler.
That old man strength on.
Right, in a game. It wasn't practice. It was in a game on my
And if you remember watching those videos too, like Jimmy Butler, like he shut up. He stopped acting up. Like he was like really, really like adamant and like yelling at Spoelstra, and then Udonis Haslam got into it, and he just like he started like looking away, looking different ways, didn't want to look him in his eye, and he was just quiet.
And Jimmy Butler's not soft. Jimmy Butler ain't no punk.
True.
Hey, that old man strip, Udonis Haslam, he like, all right, you got it.
Mark is hilarious. Udonis has been finessing for years.
I ain't even mad at that man.
And they would have brought him back, right? He made the decision to retire. He could have did this another 2-3 more years.
Oh man, that's crazy.
He's doing his Bobby Bonilla move.
Hey,
that's what he's doing.
While we're in the middle, we're gonna start celebrating. What is everybody drinking?
Okay. Like I said, I'm revisiting. I'm get some good old Kentucky bourbon neat here. So, We finishing out the last of that.
Tall glass of Kentucky bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hour. It's happy hour.
I got me some Buffalo Trace because the other whiskey in the crib, my wife drank it.
Dang, I'm
And
sorry for that.
I got one rock in this joint, but that's it.
When you're in LA, you can come over and drink my liquor that's just sitting on my bar stand right now.
I
What are you
rock.
drinking, Chuck? What are you drinking?
I am drinking Liquid Death.
That's your thing now. We just
Bury It Alive is the drink today. No, it's the best sparkling water out right now in eco-friendly cans. It's a tall boy. They put it in tall boy.
White people are amazing.
It looks like
White folks are amazing.
Chuck, tell Carl what happened in your Zoom call or your call.
on there. My BP's in there, and he looks at me, and I'm in the Zoom. I'm drinking. He said, "Are you drinking a tall boy in the middle of the day?"
I said we gotta sue. We gotta sue, man. Like, why you gotta be drinking malt liquor?
Word.
This is what I said. I said, "Do I look like Billy D. Williams?" And this is my Colt 45. Everybody just laughed.
Arctic M77 says I have a Heineken. So
Shout out to Arctic.
Okay, Arctic, shout out to you. Thank you for coming in.
That's the fan from one of my mods over in the channel. He's good people.
Thanks for coming in.
I am drinking Lagunitas IPA Indian
Okay.
Pale Ale.
Oh,
love a good IPA.
IPA, IPA.
IPA.
If it's Japanese,
So you know what? You are correct. You're correct.
IPA sounds great. Though. I like IPA. It sounds like a
Sound like you gotta have a lime in it.
yeah, it does. Like, the fine drink of IPA.
Nectar of the gods.
Nectar of the gods, I say.
Did y'all know that Reddick is also in Percy Jackson Olympians is about to come out? He is Zeus.
Oh,
Ooh.
it makes Zeus black?
They made Zeus black. Why
Right.
We're about to go crazy. They about to go crazy.
I'm here
First
for
it was
it.
Ariel,
Oh.
now it's Zeus.
Oh,
I know it's
God.
gonna be a bad summer for white supremacists. Ariel is black, Tinkerbell is black, and Zeus is black. Boy,
Oh, they're gonna be so
About to go
sad.
Crazy.
They are. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they turned April O'Neil
April is black.
black.
Yeah, April is black.
They turned it back to black. People don't know April O'Neil was originally black.
I
And
didn't
Laura Croft.
And Laura Croft, yeah.
know that either. Oh wow.
Yeah. It was Nana Cherry. They based that off of Nana Cherry,
Yeah.
which is also wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're gonna turn around. They're gonna do a Resident Evil and have Shiva in there, and they be like, "Why is she black? Why she's based off of Beyonce?"
You know who they don't get mad about though? They didn't get mad about all them black zombies in 5.
They didn't get them. They didn't get mad at the black.
They were like, nah, that's the way it looks in Africa.
"Yeah,
I was like, wow, y'all
we
racist.
respect that. That's how we want them to look."
Yep. I remember that.
Oh, it's hilarious. But yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. You know, shout out to Reddick's family. We wish y'all the best. Our condolences from the network here, the Geekish Network.
Sure.
I would say gone too soon, but he's 60 years old. He was super fit too. That's what's shocking. And being fit is not enough. I tell people all the time, because you go pump iron and run 10 miles. There's other things going on. You know, high blood pressure doesn't wait for anybody, no matter how fit they are.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yep.
just happens.
Yep. I had a piece of KFC the other day and my finger started to tingle. I was like, oh shit.
Oh wow.
I was like, what's happening?
It wasn't a double down. Was it?
No.
That's what I said. Was it the double down so you can watch the what
Get
was it?
Diablo 4.
I feel first of all, I feel like KFC is just racist just for putting that out on the market. Because I feel like that's a thing that shouldn't happen. Like that's a thing that's an abomination. The fact that they said we're gonna put 2 pieces of chicken together, fry, and it's not even original. It's crispy. So this makes it even worse. Because they double breaded that joint, put cheese on it, and was like, "Yo, we gonna give this to you." I feel like if you rock what is it, a double down?
Double down, yeah.
Yeah, you doubling down on your death. That's what that thing is trying to do.
Okay,
I
right.
think that was the name. That was the purpose for it. It's like double down. You
on
double
death.
down on your death.
It's
They
like, what's
put that in
worse?
the advertisement.
I feel like the thing they didn't do is like, you remember the Pocky chip where they did the dare. Everybody's like, oh, it's the hottest chip. I feel like they need to do that with the double down.
Make
Like,
a spicy double down.
or like, you just gotta, like, I want to see like the cholesterol like before the double down and then after the double down. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to do like a blood test afterward just to see how many points your joint went up.
I'm curious too. I just learned about the double down a couple of days ago on the show. And our tech producer was like, I think I may go get it. He was getting it just for the Diablo 4 code.
I got it.
Did you get it?
I got it.
Oh.
We were talking about it, and we are like, say, because I hadn't heard about it, but then we were talking about it on the show, and I was like, you know what, you're right. The beta starts this weekend. I'm gonna go get it, and I went right after the show. Went and got it.
It's delicious.
It was all right. I mean, it's true. It's like, yeah, it was all right. And
I feel like
I got my code. And I've played all of 5 minutes so far. It's like literally like I logged in this morning at 9 and literally got through the cinematic, and then the service crashed, and then I wanted to go log back in, and it was like 30-minute wait, and I was like, I can't. So it was like I went for my lunch break. I went on my lunch break. I logged in. It's like, 1 hour wait. No. And then I got in earlier today, right before the show, and I was like, oh man, I got to the character selection screen, and I was like, oh, I gotta quit because I got the show. So,
oh man, I feel like the double down is the only piece of food that makes non-religious people cross themselves before they eat it. They'll be like, I got to eat this double down.
That Popeye's chicken sandwich a couple years ago.
But it ain't too. Imagine they made the Popeye's chicken sandwich and just put 2 chickens together and everything else in the middle. I think KFC should make a sandwich called Go for the Gusto. And it's a double down. Then they put gravy on it on top of it.
Oh,
Go for the Gusto. You're just trying to kill all black people. Just put some gravy on a double down chicken sandwich.
I don't think it's gonna kill all black people. It's gonna kill all people.
No, it's gonna be black people going to get that sandwich.
So there are people that dress in KFC sweatsuits and go to KFC. And none of those people are black. Not one of them.
No.
Ain't no black people wearing no KFC jumpsuits.
It's a thing. And
I ain't said it ain't a thing, but nah, you are not about to. No, it's not happening.
I can send y'all pictures of somebody wearing a KFC sweatsuit. Rodney could go find it and throw it on the screen. You'd be like, "What?"
Wow. That's when you know it's the end of the day. Like, I don't care about no global warming. When people start wearing KFC jumpsuits, that's when you know it's time that we almost out of here.
We just watched The Last of Us. That was that's the cursor. Like,
I want to see Joel in the KFC suit be like, yo, Ellie.
There it is.
Ellie, what?
Be a coat forming around it. Like,
wow. Wow.
Y'all thought I was playing.
What is happening?
Hey,
the thing too is she's not even wearing shoes.
She's not even wearing shoes.
But that doesn't surprise me. If you don't wear a jumpsuit, a jumper of KFC, if you go in public without shoes, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not surprised.
I know
Oh,
KFC
wow.
has their own computer. It's made by Codemaster too, right? It's called It's called the KFC console. It's KF console.
About this a while ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about it, and it has it's like an air fryer, and you put your chicken in it.
Oh,
It warm for you.
we built that when I was over at Intel. We built that. We built that over at Intel.
So you're part of this watching.
I
I forgot about that. Yeah, we built that over at Intel. We built that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember because I was trying to get one. I was like, yo, I know y'all got some of those prototype joints. Because they didn't make a ton of them. They made only a couple of them.
Man.
And I was like, yo, can I get one of them KFC console joints?
Novelty. Just for the novelty.
Just for the novelty. Just for the novelty alone.
Trophy at this point. Oh man, KFC goes for it.
I need to go ask them.
They made that video game that's about romance.
Oh yeah, with Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez did it. Yep.
Yeah,
KFC game out here.
they had a whole show. It wasn't a whole. They had a whole like a Christmas show.
They had a whole show on it.
It was actually kind of good. I did watch it. I did watch it.
Are we talking about Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel bad now because I did not watch The Wire, but I did watch that KFC movie. I feel like I lose blackness points for that.
You can
You
never
don't lose them, but like,
Are you talking about this? I love
Yes.
you, Colonel Sanders. The
Yep.
finger looking good dating
Yep.
simulator.
Yep,
Yeah.
they made the dating sim. Yep,
dating sim. Yeah.
they animated the hell out of that man.
well, Kahlief, we know your homework for this weekend. We gotta get you watching The Wire, man.
Yeah, I got to do it now. Yeah, no
Gotta watch
doubt.
The Wire is amazing. It's amazing. Slow start. It's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Better and better every season.
It's one of my top 5. It's one of my top 5.
We have a young cousin who's watching it, and if there's a scene that happens, he comes into the family chat like, "Yeah, oh, not here."
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't."
So good.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of the chat. So Digital Click came in the chat, you guys. Double
Good
down
stuff.
with Chuck dipping gravy. I call that the goes for the gusto. We're gonna make the thing go for the gusto sandwich.
Oh.
Double down, you dip it in KFC gravy, and you wipe your mouth with the biscuit.
Oh.
Go for the gusto. Go for the gusto.
But look, you won't be ashy.
Yep.
All agrees.
All agrees. Yep.
That's what I thought he
And
meant.
if you eat the vegetable, you have to eat the coleslaw.
Reasonable.
Oh,
Reasonable.
You know, you need that sugared ass coleslaw they make.
I can't front. I love their coleslaw. I can't hate it.
It is good.
It's good. I can't front.
There's
They
just talking
put-
that black people don't like coleslaw. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I love coleslaw. What do you
Coleslaw's
know?
great.
Black people that
Like black people don't like mayonnaise on their sandwiches. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I love mayonnaise on my sandwich. I'm a condiments person.
I'm not dipping stuff in mayonnaise and eating it, but I'll put it on a sandwich.
I'm not eating mayonnaise off the spoon. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah. See, I feel you because there's a difference. There's a tangible difference.
Yeah, there's plenty of black people that eat mayonnaise and coleslaw. I know plenty of black people that eat coleslaw.
Me too. Apparently, that is a black Twitter rumor.
I don't know black people who make coleslaw though.
My mom makes coleslaw.
Yeah, I was about to say my
Really?
mom makes amazing. My mother used to make coleslaw. Like, yeah, people that make coleslaw.
Mom makes this. She calls it broccoli salad. And it's basically a coleslaw.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. She just made it for us on Thanksgiving because she knows I have eating restrictions. She's like, I made this broccolini salad for you, and I was like, okay. It
Oh
was
yeah. I can see that. Broccolini's real good too. Yeah, I can rock with that.
yeah,
That makes sense.
really good. Look at us talking about eating healthy.
I got a really good cauliflower recipe. I'm gonna send that joint to you. That joint's
Okay,
real
yeah, I'm down for it. We
want that,
got to get
yeah.
our hands on some KF consoles and start frying up chicken in it.
good. Oh, we gonna do games done quick, but it's gonna be like
Done quick, yeah.
it'll be like health going quick too.
Something y'all didn't know, I'm going to tell y'all because LA has a test market for it. At Popeyes, they got chicken nuggets.
What?
Exactly.
No.
Boy was telling me, he says, man, it's like God dropped some chickens from heaven. And as they were falling, they fried themselves.
I know. I don't want to get on a tangent here because black people talk about chicken, but I love Popeye's chicken, man. I love them joints, son. So I was in this meeting, right? And it's mostly white people, right, that do it. But one time it was in a city where like the black people and they served lunch, and them mugs had Popeyes for lunch. I was like, who put in charge of lunch, man? They got Popeyes. I said, oh no! So we went to Dayton, Ohio. I'll never forget it. And we did it for lunch, and I'm like, they got Popeyes for lunch because usually they had like sandwiches and finger food. Whoever was in charge of Dayton, they had Popeyes, and I was like, I'm all here for it. So the fact that they got Popeyes chicken nuggets, oh y'all just take my money. Here you go.
But here's the question: How much did you have to fake that you didn't want it?
I didn't fake it.
I didn't know because
I didn't
you
pump
know
fake. I didn't pump fake at all.
He's like, so doing the crack yes. Oh,
because I know me. I would have to do that one circle around the thing first and be like, I can't be first to get the chicken though. I got to wait for somebody else to get it and then I'll go get it.
But I couldn't pump fake at all. I was like, they got Popeyes here. Like this the first time ever. I was like, I can't believe it. And they ain't had it since, and they have not had it since. Maybe somebody complained. I don't know. But that time, you know, they had Popeyes for lunch, and I was ecstatic for it, man.
Oh man, I remember working at PlayStation. We were working long hours. We got like Golden Bird in San Diego. Chicken come in, and we're all in the room eating chicken. Juan, this guy named Juan, I love Juan. He's one of my artists. He looks back. He looks at everybody. He sees me and says, Chuck, how's the chicken to you?
I love it.
He said, I would ask other people, but they ain't got real taste buds. I said, it's okay, Juan. He says, not great, is it? I said, no. He said, okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't just me. He said, the rest of y'all, I bet this chicken tastes great.
I can't front. I used to work at White Castles when I was in junior high school. I used to work at White Castles, but they did the double
high school.
Junior high school. I was well, there's a long story about like why.
Do that? Like, don't you got me 16? I know you was.
Yeah. Well, I was like, wait, is it? No, it was like, you're right. It was like early high school.
Okay, I was like, junior high, you like 11, 12. Like, how did you swing that?
Oh, they may have 7th, 8th, 9th grade. And
they might have.
That boy tall. Get him on the fryer. So it was like early high school, and White Castles had the split where they did White Castles and a Church's chicken. Ooh, that joint was no joke. Because people be like, yo, these people be stealing from the job. I was stealing from the job. I was stealing from the job all the time. Okay, good bad.
They did a split with White Castles.
Yo, they had Churches on one side, and then they had White Castles on the other side.
Never heard of that before. That's dope.
Was the what? Because they had. I think they either merged or they bought them, and it was the worst thing for my life. I was like, lunch break. Yo, let me get a 2-piece. Let me get two of them joints. Let me get some jalapenos, and let me get a shake. Man, stealing on the job. People on the other job, they be taking staplers. They be taking other stuff. I was taking chicken all day, every day.
Man, my brother used to work at McDonald's, and them damn apple pies, boy.
Oh,
I used to go to McDonald's. He used to hand like 5 of them to me. He said, take them home. We'll sit at McDonald's and he'll come out, bring back apple pies and cheeseburgers to us all day long.
Hey, I ain't mad at it.
Oh man, it was great. It was great. Oh,
I just railroaded the whole show talking about that.
I think we all got our own kind of black man chicken story. You know what I'm saying? In this white man world.
We're not gonna get into that. This is a happy hour. We just talked about eating healthier.
What is more healthy than black man eating? I mean, what is more happier than black man eating chicken? What are you talking about, man? All right. Those are stereotypes.
Oh God.
Watermelon good. I don't care what nobody said. What? Well, what somebody said, like, we were talking about it a while ago. They said, well, if the Latinx people take over, they'll have a taco stand on every corner. I was like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, why are you complaining?
Tacos are great.
What you fussing about?
Yeah.
So funny. Speaking of Wanda asked me about chicken. So we had tacos one day. He said, Chuck, I picked the taco restaurant. It's gonna be lit for you. You're gonna
all right.
I said, good job, Juan. He said, that way you got to ask me in front of everybody if it's delicious or not. Just know.
It's hard to do that stuff while I'm here in Oregon, though, because Oregon, man.
When you come down here, dog, I got a taco restaurant for you. You can order a platter of like 10 tacos, and it's like $12.
Oh, man. Yeah, we do bar fare really well here in Portland, but we don't do... we don't do ethnic foods really, really well.
We have a black a restaurant called Fin and Feather,
Mm.
and it is this Jamaican
Oh,
Mexican.
Jamaican and Mexican?
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
They doing
Exactly.
like jerk tacos?
They do jerk tacos. They have a jerk egg roll.
Yo, shut up.
Oh man,
Yo, come on,
it is divine.
man.
Not here. I got you. I got you.
All right, next time I come down.
E3. I got you.
Yeah. E3.
Drive
We
all the
go. We
way out
going.
to the west
We
side.
going. We
We
going.
had to film it. We had to film it.
We going.
Yeah. It's
All right, let's talk some news. We done
Sorry.
we done talked
Sorry.
tacos and Popeyes and White Castle.
happy hour. It's happy hour. Right, Rodney grinning from ear to ear. We all just laughing.
Oh, so good.
Pedro Pascal's back in the news again. He's like, not only did I crush The Last of Us, but I'm crushing this Mandalorian right now. But he apparently he has the most unhinged role he's ever had, and it's for a game ad. Did y'all see it?
No.
There's a game. It's called a Twisted Game Merge Mansion, and it's him. He's supposed to be like kind of messed up in it.
Huh.
I-
Interesting. I mean, at this point though, like it's funny because you don't think of him in a role like that because he's been playing kind of like not middle of the road. Like there's a lot of variance in between his character in The Mandalorian and The Last of Us and other stuff that he's played. But I've never thought of him as playing like a psycho character,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't feel like it fits his personality. But he's such a fantastic actor. Like I don't think there's anything that he can't do well at this point too.
Yeah.
So it's like that makes sense.
And him and Bella Ramsey on screen together, they killed it.
Yeah.
She played Ellie, and I was like, you look kind of mousy to be Ellie.
Right.
By the end of the show, I was like, oh yeah, you're Ellie.
Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna ever change his hair though, because I think that's a big part of it too. Like I think there are character actors who they do that thing where they he has a mask on in Mandalorian and a lot of stuff. I haven't really watched a lot of it, but like he doesn't look that different in most of his roles. He looks fairly similar across those roles. I want to see him do some stuff where he like does a full transformation in that way. Like the thing that bugged me out was like Colin Farrell as the Penguin in the last Batman movie. I was like, wow, like I would have never expected those two things to go together, and they worked really, really well. So it would be cool to see him do like a real character role in that way. That would be cool.
I see a Pedro Pascal being Scarecrow.
Ooh,
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, he would make a really cool Riddler too.
Or the Riddler? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
him
fly.
as Scarecrow
Yeah.
though. I do.
Yeah.
I
Scarecrow
kinda-
would be real good.
Yeah, him fringed on the edge, form. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I can see him try to pull it off. I think James Gunn should listen to us and take our words as facts and actually make that happen.
Just have Pedro Pascal in the Scarecrow mask giving people gas and double dance.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And we get some of the origin story, just seeing him become Scarecrow as a doctor and thing. I think that would work.
That would be great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's already getting Disney money. Do you think he's going to get Marvel money at some point?
I think he is. I think
Right.
he's already getting Disney money. It's if Marvel wants him or not, they're like, oh, he's in the Star Wars stuff. He's overused. We want to actors. But no, they're two
Grab him up
studios.
at DC. And like you said, like James Gunn, grab him up at DC.
Yeah.
Laws in there, like you can't go anywhere else but here.
Yeah.
That might be a thing.
The Mandalorian's done. Not saying when the Mandalorian's going to be done, but it may be close to being finale'd. So
That would be such a get too for the DC universe too.
Yeah.
It feels like we're at that point in the conversation with DC and Marvel where it's less about the characters being played and it's more about the actors playing those characters. It feels like the draft in a weird way, right?
I get it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it tells the Tarantino people aren't going to see Thor for Thor anymore. People are going to see these actors play these characters now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can calm down, Quentin Tarantino. You can calm down. Heard it from us. The Funk said he was the villain in Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, was he?
We don't speak of that, man.
Yeah, I erased that from my brain.
I did too. I erased all of it.
It was
That's
bad,
right.
bad.
He had the
It was bad,
lasso,
bad.
and she
How you
ran
gonna make a movie in DC and not had no black people in it?
Washington D.C. No black people, not one.
It makes you think
They
like
had
Friends.
break dancers, and then
They didn't even have them at the Metro.
Wait, are you serious?
They had
Nothing.
break dancers in it.
Wow.
And not one of them were black. It's ridiculous.
I guess we know that Friends was in the DC universe too. Then I never thought
they
about it, but
brought old
now
girl
we
in.
know.
They brought old girl in at least at the end. What's her name? What's her name? She the comedian. They brought her in at the end.
I forgot, man. I erased that movie out of my brain. That movie
I was
has
talking about Friends.
You know that movie? Oh yeah, you know that movie bad when even I don't want to watch it to see Gal Gadot because I think Gal Gadot fine, but even when I don't want to watch that just to see you be fine in a suit, that's a bad
I
thing.
watched Ryan Reynolds with Dwayne Johnson deliver horrible lines.
Just right,
Just to look at her.
right. Ah,
It was bad.
it's so bad.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I forgot she Kristen Wiig. Kristen.
Oh, Kristen Wiig. Yeah.
Oh man, it was a bad movie.
Mm.
Whew, I feel some type of way. Hopefully, James Gunn, you can't go any lower.
Oh, Martha.
He can't-
Martha.
That was the Nadar. I don't know how lower we could have. Martha.
Say her name, Martha.
What did you say?
What did you say, man?
I know it. We got our mamas got the same name, so,
So you must be a good person. So if the Joker's mother name was Martha, would they now be like allies? Because apparently that's all you need.
They
to
would
convince
dap it up.
somebody of your morality is share the same mother's name. That's it.
I
Man.
wonder whoever wrote that, and they thought, yeah, this is it right here.
So like
Just wait till they see this twist. Oh, just wait till they get into the theater and see
got the
this. twist.
same mother's name.
Just like this. I'm a fucking genius.
He went to the office, dropped the script on the table, and just walked out. Like, can't nobody touch this shit. He said,
Oh.
George Jefferson signed it out. Like,
Oh.
When he walked in the door, turn around. Fuck Josh Whedon.
right.
The Martha mic drop. Just do it.
Ben gonna love this shit.
He like, I'm gonna get an Oscar. I'm gonna get an Oscar.
Oh man, that movie is so bad.
So bad.
So bad.
So hopefully we never go that low ever again in any sort of cinema.
I heard it wasn't Peggy's fault. I heard it was like a lot of the movie decisions were decided by committee. Like they didn't even trust her to do the movie properly.
Yeah, sure.
Which is unfortunate and unfair. That's really
Yeah, true.
Patty-
Also, Peggy kind of bad too.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna be mad at. I ain't gonna hold Peggy. Peggy kind of fine too. I ain't even mad at it.
She is.
Anyway, that's another conversation.
I hope she get another movie and earn back our trust because they ruined her superhero movie.
Yeah, she was on a roll though. I think what was the previous one that she did before that one that was actually pretty good? Was it the previous Wonder Woman or was it something else? I forgot.
The first Wonder Woman was really good.
Was good, right?
I forgot what she did. She went to
There was something that was before that. That was really good. I just can't remember what it was. It might have. I don't think. I don't remember.
Yes.
I like Peggy though. I think Peggy does really dope stuff. She's dope.
Patty.
Sorry, Patty.
Yeah, it's Patty Jenkins. Yeah.
Patty
That's
Jenkins.
how bad this movie was. We
Call
gave
her Peggy.
exactly his name. Yeah. What did Patty do? What else? She did something else that made me think, oh.
Yeah, that wasn't.
She did Monster in 20.
Oh, yeah.
So, because Charlize won an Oscar for Monster, right?
Right.
She was the writer and director for it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
They had her out here doing that. So,
Yeah, Monster. I was like,
television, she's done parts on the Arrested Development, Entourage,
uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Got it.
Speaking of monsters, the Twitch CEO Emmet Shear is resigned.
What a segue.
I know it, right?
Yeah, he had been kind of out of the space for a while. You know, if you ask some folks behind the scenes, they had said that he had not really been on the wheels of steel for at least a couple of years. And now Dan Clancy is going to be taking over, who I've heard good things about from some folks behind the scenes, of saying that he's been a person who at least understands what streaming is and how it works and all that kind of stuff.
That make the streams happen.
Yeah,
Because he did not understand that. He's like, yo, my pimp hand is strong. Pokemon, get your ass up here on this stage and make me some damn money.
Run these ads, 17 of them, back to back to back. Yeah, we'll see how that works. I think the thing that Twitch needs to do in a real way is they have to connect those dots for the audience too. Like, I think when you have people who are in charge in that way, and you see people are still not really excited about moderation layers and the way that people think about, you know, the way that some people get love and some people don't, and there's a imbalance in the ways that you know, people get put onto the platform. Like, look, we had Kai Cenat, biggest streamer on the planet right now, black kid, young cat from the Bronx.
Yep.
Took them an amazingly long time to recognize him when they had done a ton of stuff for other streamers in the past, like Ninja and Dr. Lupo and Tim the Tatman and all those other folks, not only locking them into semi-long time contracts before they moved over to other platforms or stayed, but now this young kid who I would say, you know, he's you know, had the most subscribers ever on the platform,
ever.
At almost 100,000 subs. Like, you know, it's a wild thing for that kid not to get the love that he deserved.
I think it's even more. It's like over
it's more than that, yeah, right?
Like it's over 200K now.
Like 200K, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, even within that conversation alone, like, he's pulling down $1 million a month for your platform, and that's probably like his gross, right? Whatever his net's going to be, you know, take the taxes out of that. But then you double that, looking at the split that streamers get. That kid is making y'all crazy money. How do you not get that? How do you not build a monument to that young man somewhere in Twitch headquarters, right?
So racism, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
it's a panacea for all. Like, you don't understand something, like, yeah, it's called racism. It's messed up. It's messed up, man.
Yeah. Because they should have acknowledged him and had it. They should have put him on the fast train to a contract.
Seriously, like, they got to lock that cat in. But I'm sure he's probably making more money, even with the amount of money he's making on Twitch. He's probably making double that on YouTube.
Yeah, he is. On YouTube, he's wild on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's wild. I mean,
I never followed him on Twitch. I just followed him on YouTube.
Yeah. Smart crew, that Amp crew. Amp crew is real smart.
Really, really smart. And I'm like, man, they do this brother all the way wrong. Come on now. He's
madness.
So another segue. So Disney's decided to get back into gaming and said, hey, we got a game that's gonna compete against Mario Kart. What is that? See, you laugh.
Yep.
Storm. And they're like, we're gonna do early access on April 18th. Do you think this is gonna live? You think this game's really gonna live?
No.
Why
No.
Not? Why not?
I don't.
And I asked from a person who's not a strong gamer, just interested in your take on it. Why don't you think it would?
It's a really interesting space, right? Because I'm looking for the story in the docket, but I think the thing that I think of when I think of Disney is not games. Like, yes, I think the Moonlight Valley thing that they're doing currently has been pretty big in terms of the amount of people who have come to it, but that also feels like a connection to more of the what's the Switch game with the island? I can't think of it.
Animal
Crossing. That feels like that has an Animal Crossing analog to it, right? I think if you're gonna make a racer, Disney Speedstorm, like those IP are strong, but like the thing that makes Mario Kart, one is nostalgia, two is as much as you think of it as a child's game, it is very strategic in the way that you play it, and three, you just grew up with it, right? It's never not been a part of your life in that way. So I think there's a part of that connective tissue that makes a lot of sense for people because they just automatically know what those things are. Like you can hit somebody up who's around our age now and be like, Rainbow Road, you say that phrase and people know.
You know.
Disney doesn't have that in the gaming space. They've never had that in the gaming space. And you know, for the work that they're trying to do in that conversation, like they could have made Cars the driving game, right? And that would have probably been smarter than putting some beat up looking Donald Duck in there and be like, yo, drive around in this car. Like, I don't care.
Disneyland and Disney World know who Donald Duck is,
right? Like, I appreciate the fact that they're trying to do it, but also it's also a weird pick because you have a game in a genre that doesn't do that well overall. Like as a genre, racers don't do that well unless it's a sim racing game where you have a lot of stuff like iRacing, you have a lot of stuff like Gran Turismo, even Horizon, Forza Horizon has now found an audience. But those are more simulation or at least arcadey kind of playing games. But these, you know, I'm looking at the characters now in the clip that we're watching right now, and I'm like, even I am a little bit lost. I'm like, well, who is that? Right? Like, I don't know who that is. You got a beat up Jack Sparrow who looked like he was looking more like Johnny Depp than he is looking like Jack Sparrow, which isn't great.
Amber Heard got to him.
I was gonna say, what? Just put Amber Heard in it, and you know they can have them two.
They can just have a pillow with doo-doo on it. That'll be the thing they put.
They can have them two fight it out.
That's the wildest thing ever, guys. Like, what do you do to your woman to make her take a dump on your bed?
That's a real double down. But that's a whole other conversation.
A double brown.
Oh, that's where the gravy went. But that's a whole other conversation. But again, like it's like, what are you gonna do with an IP in that space? It doesn't make a lot of sense for where that genre is right now, and for a thing that, in a weird way, and I know this is gonna sound stupid, it would be really interesting to see Disney get into the BR space.
Yes.
Disney getting into the battle royale space,
that's what I was thinking,
would be a really interesting conversation. You don't have to make it, you know, bloody. It doesn't have to be a Call of Duty kind of esque thing, because Fortnite does that fairly well. That's a game that you still have a lot of, you know, you have gunplay in it, but it doesn't feel violent in the ways that some other games feel. And if you want to talk about IP crossovers, they have a ridiculous amount of IP that they can go through from decades worth of IP that might actually be a really interesting push towards Fortnite, because of the way that Fortnite has been incorporating IP across so many different parts of pop culture. They would actually be able to own that in a space that no one else would be able to touch it, because they own all of it, and Disney does not play with their IP.
Yep.
It would be kind of wild.
A patent idea, patent it.
Oh,
we put it in all the kingdoms.
Yeah.
It is a battle royale done with magic. So Tinkerbell uses her magic. Mickey has the pimp hand, that white glove.
What about Willow? What about his magic? We can put his.
We're not talking about Willow, dog. Randy loves Willow. If you didn't know, Randy.
I didn't. Don't put that in the universe.
No, but they have enough characters, and you have Star Wars characters. You can use the Force, and they can use like lightsabers and stuff, and it just be like a battle royale. And it's based on magic. Nobody gets hurt. It's like a game of tag, and people get frozen, and there's two teams. It's freeze tag. It's Splatoon meets a battle royale.
Yep. Instant money.
Come talk to us. We got you.
Use like X-Men and the mutant powers, right? It could be those types of things. Yeah.
It's all based around magic. And
I'm
Disney,
gonna hit up my man from Disney. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, "Yo, we got an idea for you."
yeah. Here we go.
I think it's dope. I think it's a
Pay
dope-
us the money to brainchild this thing.
Do it.
Well, we're almost nearly at our time. We're almost close today. We spent a lot of time talking about fried chicken.
Sorry, T. My
And
fault.
tacos. And tacos.
And tacos. Talk about tacos a little bit. I'm gonna do one more story. I'm gonna do one more. The Magic the Gathering Black Lotus card that was up for it sold for a record $540,000.
Jeez.
Why?
It was a rare card. It's always been a rare card. It was a perfectly minted card.
Wow.
We just talked about this Monday, right? It was up for sale, so it sold, and it sold for $500,000.
Yep. Almost an identical example Black Lotus sold 2 years ago for $510,000, but this has got a perfect grade of 10 and it sold for $540,000. We need to go to the people that can buy these cards and have them invest into our bad Disney ideas.
I want to see somebody do White Lotus cards so they can do it from the TV show and then have that.
HBO one? The HBO one?
Yes. You lost 3 mana for falling off that boat. That would be worth it.
Oh Lord.
That would be worth it.
I want the Hawaii card though. The
Just
Hawaii card.
prices in perspective. The highest price ever paid for a trading card of any sort is $12.6 million for a 1952 Mickey Mantle baseball card.
Jeez.
One day I want to be that rich where I could just not care and spend $12.5 million on a card.
Who does that?
You gotta feel like that thing is gonna have some extra value down the line for you to spend that kind of money.
Or maybe you just don't care.
Don't even care.
Or maybe you just really like Mickey Mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. You don't care.
Nobody else can have it, and I can hang it on my wall, put it in the case, and all my friends come by. My 3 friends come by. When I got that Mickey, I paid.
He can afford spend $12 million. Now they might not be true friends, but it's people coming by, right?
I gotta show everybody.
Yeah.
At that point.
It's people kissing up to him to want to be in that circle. So yeah.
Like, yo, UPS man, yo, look at my $12.5 million card, fam. Yo, I spent $12.5 million on this card. Come in the house.
A Pikachu Illustrator card from 1998 sold for $900,000.
I want to know how much a petrified double down would cost.
Petrified. A whole lot. And
Put that joint in amber.
It comes in a KF cooler. Yeah, the KF cooler comes inside petrified.
They're like, yo, look at this colon that I petrified that had a double down in.
Oh, man.
It's hanging on my wall.
You guys think about anything other than chicken?
Nope. Not in this life. Nope. Nope. Not even a little bit. Nope. It's the driving force behind what I do in this industry. The driving force.
Where your power comes from. It's
that's it. Who the hell needs sunshine? Who the hell needs that? I just chicken grease.
Every day I eat chicken.
Oh my God.
Okay. Randy, anything you want to share with the people?
Next week, Wednesday, Binge-Worthy Crew. We are talking Shadow and Bone season 2. So tune in and check out what our Binge-Worthy Crew has to say about it.
Kahlief, anything you want to share?
First of all, thank y'all so much for having me. It was a blast hanging out with y'all tonight. It was super, super dope. If you want to check out more of my work, you can come to twitch.tv/SpawnToMe. Check out the work that we do there. We do our show live, usually every Wednesday, 6 p.m. PST. You can check us out on every podcast platform on the planet. And you can also check out some more of the work that we're doing in the video game space. At Kahlief Adams is where you can see me talk about video games, chicken, and all the other good stuff in the world on Twitter. So make sure you come through, follow, and get more love in the space.
We're gonna start posting chicken recipes.
Oh Lord,
chicken battle. We just post recipes back and forth.
I'm gonna just lay somewhere with some Bobby Caldwell in the background with just chicken grease on my chest.
You do like video game pairings, like what video game, what chicken goes well with which video game?
What game goes well with a heart attack? with a double bypass.
I got this mushroom gravy chicken from
Bruh.
The Last of Us.
Like what kind
Ready
of
for that
wines go
breed.
good with what food? Like we could have what kind of chicken goes good with one gameplay.
Oh
Yeah.
snap! I'm like this Disney game goes well with this double bypass. This will be great.
I have a quick question, Kyle. What's your favorite game so far this year?
So far this year, oh man, Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 4 remake has been very, very good so far. That has been pretty fantastic in terms of stuff that I got a chance to play so far. I mean, it's also wild because this year has been just going. There's been a lot of stuff already that's kind of come out that's been, excuse me, pretty good. Pardon me. That's been really good. Hi-Fi Rush was really good. I'm like looking through the list now. I'm running through Atomic Heart, which has been pretty interesting as a game there. A game that y'all should all actually be paying attention to is Undisputed. If you're in the boxing space, you like a good boxing game, because we haven't had a fight night game in a really long time. Undisputed is a really fantastic game. And also PlayStation VR 2. I know a lot of people who are like fronting on the VR space because they're like, nah, it's just this and that. It's been really fun to go back into the VR space on console. Gran Turismo 7 in VR has like changed the way I think about PlayStation VR 2. So there's a lot of stuff coming in, and the year is still fairly early. There's a lot of good stuff coming down the line.
Okay. I like you like put Hi-Fi Rush in there. If you didn't, people don't know, there is a Steam Spring sale going on right now,
I forgot about that.
and it ends March 23rd. And not only that, Humble Bundle has a sale going on at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More games to put into your back catalog that you're not gonna play.
The stack. My
$20.
stack is so deep. My stack is so deep.
It's so dumb right now how many good
It's like
games there are.
500 games. I just went to the PlayStation Network and got all their catalog because they're like, "Oh, we're going to take away the catalog from
Oh
you."
right, yep.
I would download every game. Every game they put in the catalog, I grab it. Whatever.
Do it.
It's in my library. And when I get a big enough hard drive to put on my PlayStation, they can handle a 12 terabyte hard drive. Throw all those games on it.
Oh man, and
Away from me.
this is gonna be the best year for fighting games ever.
Yes.
This is gonna be the best year for fighting games ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like every big name franchise is coming out with a game this year. That's madness. That never happens.
Never happens. They all drop.
Never happens. So
Like, we're going to heads up against everybody.
oh yeah, I'm going to Evo and get scraped up again. It's gonna be fun.
Evo, I may have to go to Evo.
Oh, you got to go to Evo. I went to my first Evo last year. It was great.
Man, I haven't been to an Evo in years.
It's very, very cool.
Years. When I was in San Diego, we went to Evo one year.
Hmm.
Because I was a lot of artists are all in the fighting games because of animations and pixel measuring.
Oh yeah, yep.
Right. Like, oh, move over 2 pixels. How do you see this?
Yeah.
Your hitbox is really big. Your hitbox is this, and this when you do this. But like, that's too much science for me. I don't have to win to talk shit to you.
I love
I'm
it.
good at that.
I love it.
You know.
Oh, so good.
I want to give a shout out to Defunct for always curating our stories for us. And I'm going to give a shout out to Digital Click for making us look good and coming through with the ad today. We got to have you on the show again. Oh, man.
I love it. Always down. We got to come on and spawn on me. I'll get y'all to roll over and come through.
I'm down.
Love to, man.
Yeah. With that being said, everybody have a good night. We see y'all next week. Well, we won't see y'all next week. GeekBeast is off next week because of the Game Developer Conference. So GeekBeast is off. But we do have Pod Squadron and we do have Binge Worthy next week. Peace.
Peace.